Media playback is unsupported on your device. Media caption: parts of the central Texas coast have been battered by hurricane winds. Hurricane Harvey has slammed into Texas with initial winds of up to 130 miles per hour, 215 kilometers per hour, battering coastal areas. The biggest storm to hit the U.S. mainland in 13 years is moving slowly, with 16.43 inches, 42 centimeters of rain reported in one area. Catastrophic flooding is expected, though Harvey's winds were downgraded from Category 4 to Category 1. Some residents are feared trapped in collapsed buildings, and there have been widespread power cuts. More than 200,000 customers are without electricity, utility companies say. After freeing up federal aid for the worst affected areas, President Donald Trump praised emergency services in a tweet, saying, "You are doing a great job. The world is watching. Be safe." Live updates from Texas with Texas Governor Greg Abbott warning of record flooding in multiple regions. Harvey made a double landfall northeast of the city of Corpus Christi initially, then just north of Rockport a few hours later. Rockport, normally home to about 10,000 people, appears to have been the hardest hit. Emergency services there say a number of buildings have suffered structural damage. Pictures posted on social media show collapsed trees and houses. Main concern is for Rockport. BBC's James Cook. Corpus Christi. Harvey was pretty ferocious when it came ashore, with screeching wind all night. We saw a reasonable amount of damage being caused by debris flying through the air. There's no sign though of any serious structural damage in the immediate vicinity here in Corpus Christi. But the main concern is for the town of Rockport, where the eye of the storm came ashore. There is concern there about a number of buildings, in particular a shelter for the elderly from where people had apparently not been evacuated. When Harvey struck close to Corpus Christi, around 2200 local time on Friday 0300 GMT Saturday, it had winds of up to 130 miles per hour. Travis Pettis, a reporter with the Caller Times newspaper, told the BBC that strong winds when the storm arrived made the rain feel like needles. In pictures Harvey batters Texas. It was pretty crazy out there. The winds, I don't know what speed they topped it, but you could barely even walk, he said. Image copyright of PGT Images. Image caption: a house that caught fire in Corpus Christi was burnt out by Saturday morning. Trees came down in the city and power supplies were cut, but thousands of residents had heeded warnings and boarded up their homes before fleeing. When the storm struck again near Rockport, wind speeds had fallen slightly to 125 miles per hour. "Right now we're still hunkered down and can't go anywhere," Steve Sims, Rockport's volunteer fire chief, was quoted as saying by Reuters news agency. "We've heard rumors of 1,000 different things. We can't confirm anything because we haven't seen anything. We know we've got a lot of problems, but we don't know what yet." Media playback is unsupported on your device. Media caption: wind-whipped flames engulf buildings in Texas. Rockport Mayor Patrick Rios said people were trapped in a housing center for elderly people, where the roof had collapsed and rescue teams were unable to gain access. According to CBS, he had a stark warning for anyone who refused to leave town. "We're suggesting if people are going to stay here, mark their arm with a Sharpie pen with their name and social security number." At 0900 local time, the National Hurricane Center (NHC) said that sustained winds had fallen to a maximum of 75 miles per hour. If they drop further, Harvey will be classified as a tropical storm. Governor Abbott said it was obvious Texas was confronting a very major disaster, and more than 1,000 National Guardsmen would help with a disaster relief operation. Harvey is the first major storm of the Atlantic hurricane season. It is forecast to meander across southeast Texas until Wednesday. The NHC has stressed the danger of life-threatening floods as rising water moves inland from the coastline. Image caption: meteorologists have warned Harvey could continue to dump rain until the middle of next week. Oil rig Houston, the fourth biggest city in the U.S., could face up to 20 inches of rain over the coming days. Residents there should not be complacent and should stay at home and ride out the storm. Francisco Sanchez, a spokesman for Harris County's Emergency Management Office, told the BBC, "The most severe weather is yet to come in the Houston area," he said. Mr. Trump is likely to visit Texas early next week, the White House said. The storm is the strongest to hit the U.S. since Charley in August 2004 and the most powerful to hit Texas since Hurricane Carla in 1961, which killed 34 people, according to the Houston Chronicle. Harvey has severely hampered Gulf of Mexico oil production and air travel. About 45% of U.S. oil refining takes place on the Gulf of Mexico coast, and Corpus Christi is an important port for the industry. Crude oil production has slowed by about 20% to prepare for the storm, and fears Harvey could lead to a shortfall in fuel have helped drive up prices. Immediate playback is unsupported on your device. Media caption: weather in the area over coming days as disruption spread. The British band Coldplay cancelled a Friday night concert in Houston. At least 20,000 passengers on 3 cruise ships were unable to disembark in Galveston, Texas. Driscoll Children's Hospital in Corpus Christi flew at least 10 babies from its neonatal intensive care unit to hospitals further inland, due to fear of power failures. Are you affected by Hurricane Harvey? Let us know about your experiences. Email haveyoursayatt@bbc.co.uk with your stories. Please include a contact number if you are willing to speak to a BBC journalist. You can also contact us in the following ways: WhatsApp 4475259000971. Send pictures, video to your pics at bbc.co.uk. Upload your pictures, video here. Tweet at bbc_haveyourSay. Send an SMS or MMS to 61124 or 447624 800 100.